Welcome everyone. This is a first for me, doing some voiceover on one of my videos. Figured it'd be fitting. It's my first amateur 600 national race. Happens to be at my home track, Shannonville Motorsports Park. This was May long weekend, May 2023. And yeah, I'm going to give you my insight during the race, what I'm seeing, feeling, hearing, kind of the thought process and the overall experience. So stick with me here. Hopefully not too monotone, not too boring. I reached out to both Alex Gallagher and Pat Gonzalez. Unfortunately, they were unavailable to assist with the voiceover on this, so you'll have to make do with me. So as we round the hairpin corner here onto the Fabi Straight, this is the opening round of the Canadian Superbike Championship, round number 1 of a 5-round championship. This being kind of the first time for a lot of riders getting to experience the new Bridgestone Battle Axe slicks, the spec tire that we have to run here. So for me particularly, only having 1 year experience prior riding on a slick tire, it's definitely a big learning point, and you know, not knowing, there's a lot of unknowns. So this weekend, unfortunately, there was a lot of crappy weather. We were on track, I think, 2 or 3 times total leading up to this, and one of those times was wet track. So we're going to see here how we get on with the new Battle Axe tires. So pole position to my right is Andrew Cooney. To my immediate right is Maverick Sear, and then to the left of me is Philip DeGama-Blanchet. So I'm in 3rd position here as we get ready to rock and roll. Now, starting procedure is a little bit different than regional racing. They do have a lighting system, so the starter will put the flag up in the air to signal the grid is ready. Then you'll see the lights come on full red. When they go out, that's when the field leaves. See here we have a little bit of a jump start from the pole sitter, a little bit anxious, a little overzealous maybe. It's super important. I mean, it's one of those things, you want to be obviously the first into corner 1. It's there's 4 of us on the front row wanting to get there first, so he's back and trying it again. I timed that launch pretty spot on. You can see I've already pulled out a little bit of a gap as we go into corner 1 and into corner 2 there. Didn't get the drive into corner 2. A little bit flat feeling going through corner 2 there, and I hit the bump, upsets the bike a little bit. As we go into corner 3 here, you can see it's Maverick Sear holding on to the 2nd spot there. Coming into the hairpin here, I want to square it up as much as possible and get that all-important drive down the Fabi Straight. I shoot her a little bit wide here. Still get a pretty good drive though. You can see Maverick's kind of holding his ground there. So he gets me on the brakes. Nice clean pass through there. Kind of spoils our drive for the both of us here into the S's. It looks like it's Bobby Desjardins directly behind me now. I don't know what I was doing there. I'm still on warm-up lap or something coming into Allen's. I was going pretty darn slow. Bobby does a really good job here getting the drive out of 2, and I'm way early on the brakes into 3. He runs there a little bit deep, but is able to pick up the line, keeps it nice and tidy through there, and you can see Cooney right in, goes around on the outside, gives him the inside into the hairpin, another nice pass. At this point, I'm thinking I'm in some serious trouble, going from 1st to 4th in a matter of a lap, but I'm trying to stick with them here. You can see I'm actually in the reflection of the Speedo, the front end of the bike felt really flat and hard to turn, so I didn't know if I had something maybe with the steering damper. I quickly tried to make some adjustments with that. Yeah, it ended up being nothing to do with that. It was unfortunately just not knowing what tire pressure to run, so it took a few laps to get some tire pressure in the front of the bike. So now I'm really trying to put my head down, try and get some sort of flow and some sort of rhythm back into it. It's hard not having a lot of track time over the 3-day weekend. It's hard to kind of get into a rhythm. So it seems to take me 3 or 4 laps to get going, but you can see I'm trying to stick with them here, trying to keep the gap as small as possible. Unfortunately, down the straightaway they seem to get smaller, and I seem to go further back, but we slowly start reeling in here. So we've currently got Mavericks here leading, Bobby Desjardins in second, with Andrew Cooney glued to his bumper. You can see Cooney makes a nice pass here into Allen's. Really nice and tidy. I feel like I'm finally making some progress here through 3, setting up nice and wide, coming into the hairpin, carrying the speed through here. I just need to make this hairpin nice and tidy. It's like I'm a little bit better here on this one. A good squirt out onto the straightaway. See if we can start reeling these guys in a bit. And Cooney runs straight off the back straightaway, so just like that. And I mean, it's one of those things that if you've been to Shannonville and you've run this layout, you've run off the back straightaway down the drag strip. It's just one of those things. We push as hard as you can to find that limit, and we all joke that if that wasn't a drag strip there and it was grass, we likely wouldn't be running off there. It's very forgiving being a drag strip there. So I'm now up into the 3rd place, still chasing down Bobby. Mavericks off into the sunset there. You see Bobby run way wide into 3, comes back, picks up the line, but it's cost him a lot of time. I'm smelling blood in the water here now, and I'm trying to get within striking distance here. So you can see I've got a really good run here coming into the braking zone. I'm not notorious. I'm not one that's notorious for late braking or anything like that. I'm generally conservative, but I've made up a lot of time here into the S's. And in the GoPro, it really doesn't do it justice. The real time, how close you are, and the speed of everything that's happening. But you can see I'm kind of on the doorstep here now, just waiting for my chance to size Bobby up and make a move. He's running a fantastic race here, though. You see here again, coming into 1, I'm right there looking to make a move, looking on the inside. Kind of messes up my drive though through 2 here. You can see he starts to pull a gap again. And I think it's just the inexperience. I'm obviously amped up. I want to make a move as quick as I can. I can see Maverick, going further and further off into the distance. So I want to make a move. It's just the racecraft and not having the experience there. So as I come out of the hairpin here, I get a little bit of a wiggle. See the bike do a little bit of a correction there. You can hear the RPMs. Nothing crazy, but just enough to let you know that, hey, you're playing with fire here. You can see again making up some time off the back straightaway. And through the S's here, I really seem to be able to get right up to Bobby. this rider here. They do a great job of holding their line. We're both able to get by cleanly. Here through the S's, I have to let up. There isn't really a great way around there, and the bike's just it's not geared to try and make a quick leap forward into Allen's. I'm still running the stock Suzuki gearing and chain. Here I clean up this corner a little bit, get a little bit of a better drive, trying to stick with Bobby as much as I can. I know that 636 makes some good jams, so I'm trying. I don't know why I thought I'd go on inside there. I didn't have any kind of run on him to try and make a pass, but just to have a look and see what he's doing. Coming into Allen's this time, I wanted to clean it up, make it a little bit better. I hit my mark. Coming into turn 9, and yeah, I don't know where I was looking, but I ended up super wide onto the straightaway. So again, through 1 here, I'm having a look. I'm thinking I'm going to go do the old outside, inside. Not going to happen, too far off, and it just ends up killing my drive again. Through 5, I'm thinking I'm going to set him up for the hairpin here on the inside. Yeah, I wasn't brave enough, and I'm really struggling to have the confidence in the front of the bike at this point. And I don't know if you caught that, but as we were going through the hairpin, you could see 2 guys behind us creeping up, getting even closer now. So I'm getting signals from Matty V at the wall. He's telling me that there's some fast guys and they're on your tail as they come around this lap. You see getting real close, 2 of them there into Allen. So now it's really time to make a move. And again, I almost run into the back of Bobby through turn 9. Chris Chappelle there holding the halfway mark, and coming into 1, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to make it happen. I go way wide, which just completely kills my drive here. I'm way down on speed. A lot of work to do to make back up that ground again, and those guys behind me like getting real close where they're actually in the frame now. Entry into the hairpin here looks good. Looks like I've got a nice clean, and yeah, no. A little bit of a wheel spin into a wheelie, more time lost. Bobby's further ahead, and now it looks like Bryce DeBoer is closer behind me. Just a monster on the brakes there, makes up lots of ground. I'm really looking now. I'm looking pretty much everywhere to see if I can get around Bobby, even here. Just looking for anything. And that's, again, the inexperience, not being patient. Even into 1 now, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to do a Hail Mary and just try and get around him, because I know the urgency. Matty's giving me those signals to the wall saying, buddy, there's someone on your tail. have to give big props and shout out to Catherine McKenzie here, local novice rider, throwing it down with the boys at the national level. She does a great job holding her line there. We run her, I think we did her a bit dirty there, running her almost off the track. But huge props to her for coming out and working with the guys. At this point of the race, the fatigue's starting to really set in. We've been, really tense and maybe not as loose as we should be on the bike. But you can see Bobby doing a good job here through 3. He's tightened up his line a little bit cleaner through there. And I'm still just trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing. Hitting my marks sometimes. Off the Fabi straight, we're looking ahead, we can see 3 or 4 riders going through the S's there. We're really hoping we hit them at a time where we can get around them cleanly. So Maverick gets around the 3 of them cleanly. I'm just eyeballing to see where Bobby goes. I'm going to go the opposite way of him. He goes to the inside. I'm going to take the traditional entry into 1, and even wider I'm out into the dirty track. I'm just praying everybody holds their line. They do. I get around the 4 of them in turn 1. Here's a replay from the grandstands. It's pretty cool to be a part of that and make it through cleanly. To say that was not like me. I like to think I'm pretty conservative, but I saw the opportunity there and the cards just kind of fell into my lap and I made it happen. Thankfully it was a clean pass. It sucks for Bobby getting hung up there, but you can see now that Maverick is kind of within the picture frame, and let me see if I can do anything to reel him in. As we come around the start-finish line here, you'll see starter Chris Chappelle with the blue and white last lap flag out. And I'm feeling like each corner I'm getting closer and closer to Maverick. I've got that drive now. I feel like I've got that high. I'm really ripping through 2 here, using all the track all the way out to the inside, taking that smooth line, avoiding the bump. Coming into 3 here, I can see him, and I want to try and make up as much ground as I can here. Another shout out here to our good buddy Jamie Ross, doing a fantastic job, making sure everybody gets by cleanly, everybody has tons of track. Big props to Jamie, out there ripping. Coming off the back straightaway into the S's here, I'm thinking, holy crap, I don't know if Maverick's having some issues or something. I felt like I was getting super close to him. Would have been just a wild last lap if I had made up that much distance, but it ended up being about a second gap here, and he ran a flawless race from lap 2 all the way on. I don't think he was even challenged. You can see he's pretty stoked, just a young kid, so it's exciting for him to get his first national win. After the race, everybody gathers here. The officials are pointing at who's going to the dyno. I give Matty V the old wave. Come on over, buddy. I owe you big time for giving me the signals during the race. Matt and his dad, two really stand-up guys, really nice guys around the pits, just genuine. He's got his own race. He's got his Superbike race he's got to get ready for. Yeah, it's a little bit of chaos after the race here. A lot of guys, first national, first podiums, first wins. As you can see, I've got my buddies here, Drew Weaver, Ryan Dunwoody, Jack Dunwoody, the whole Dunwoody family. Candace is there. Our Super Series family is pretty strong. You'll see Dominique Bondar come on over as well. It's pretty exciting to put on a bit of a show for our Super Series fans and family. Unfortunately, those two guys injured, unable to make it. There's Alex Gallagher, the voice of the Super Series now. It's pretty exciting, Dominique there.
Hey, just a minute. I want to be in that picture.
That's a lot of laps. I said to them, I said, that's an all or nothing move. That's all the passes or all the dirt on that exit corner. Oh, yeah. That's a lot of laps. You did the right thing because he had that inside line, but he was going to get stuck on the
Gotta love the after race going over and quarterbacking what happened. There's Candace there. It was pretty exciting. I'm glad that could be some entertainment for them for once. It's usually they're the entertainment. See Pop George making his way over. Give me the high five. He's pretty excited. Telling him we got to go over, run the bike on the dyno. Check, make sure it doesn't make over the 125 limit on the way over. Stop and give Dave Grummett a high five. It's pretty neat. So this is the first time the bike's been on the CSBK dyno. First time running the CSBK spec fuel as well, so I am quite curious what it's going to make. Previous to this, on another dyno, on 94 petro fuel, it made around the 110 mark, so also not on a slick. So I'm curious what it's going to make on a slick tire and on the spec fuel from CSBK. You'll see the fuel light comes on just as he does the first pull here. Here I'm thinking, okay, we'll do 3 pulls, whatever. Bike made 107 horsepower the first 2 pulls. It's not going to make 125. We ended up doing 7 pulls total, and obviously I was a little bit nervous. You have to be able to make the pulls without running out of fuel. So yeah, it was an interesting experience getting on the dyno. You'll hear when I'm rolling it off the dyno that I relay the horsepower number to Dave. They don't give you a printout or anything, so you have to, and I wasn't obviously in the right frame of mind to, grab the GoPro and show what it made on the computer, but you have to take my word for it when I tell Dave Grummett what it made. Rob's finally satisfied that it's not going to make over 125 horsepower when it did consistent 107s, high 107s. So before we get to the the podium celebrations. I just want to thank you guys for sticking with me here in my first video. I know it was a super long video. It was a very interesting experience. First national race. Yeah, and actually last race as an amateur, after this race at the regional level, I went on to move up to the pro class, and from there you'll just have to follow along with the next videos. If you like this, please take the time, give me just a thumbs up or even a comment or a like. That way I know it's worth the time. Doing these videos, it takes a lot of time. Some of you guys I know have said that you wanted to see kind of a voiceover or some extra added on stuff. So moving forward, I'm going to try and do more of that.
I've got several photos.
That's hilarious.
The derriere camp. The Jordan Decarie derriere.
Hold on to that here. Yeah.
Hey, let's go with that. Won our podium today. You can call me in victory lane, but I'd say this is probably the best case scenario here, Jordan. This is crazy for you, my friend. Yeah, we want to put on a good show at our home track, so in front of our Super Series family and fans. So it was awesome to see all the spectators out here and all of our Super Series family here, and we got some competition. The young kids really know how to motor around. So we'll hopefully do some tweaking and come back and look up something more. Well, Jordan, that mustache can tell stories, my friend. But Maverick.